this evening. Political parties gear up for local government elections. Jagdeo complains about Guyana's legal process in light of gerrymandering lawsuit. Sisters Village fire victims request public assistance. In the region, Trinidadian student pilots tries to steal plane at Orlando's airport. And internationally, China tells the U.S. to withdraw sanctions or bear the consequences.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Rival Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Greetings to our viewers in Guyana and around the world. Today is Friday, September 21st, 2018, and this edition of Headline News is now being streamed live on Facebook and YouTube. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. Nominations Day for local government elections has finally come. Parties in constituencies throughout the nation have geared up for this year's local government elections taking place in November. Supporters from charity to quarantine have come out in droves in support of their candidates. As of news time, the total number of candidates was not readily available. However, persons from APNU, AFC, PPP, and other parties are expected to contest all constituencies. One family in Sisters Village, West Bank, Demerara, is requesting the public's assistance in helping them rebuild their homes after a tragedy struck. Esther Sobers has more in this report.
A good servant, but a bad master. When it strikes, it leaves massive destruction in its path. And one family in Sisters Village, West Bank, Demerara, has felt its wrath. 2 weeks ago, a family of 8 lost their home to a fire. This has caused the family to be temporarily relocated, while some family members remained in a small hut on the premises, trying to make the most of an ill-fated situation. Nikasi Duncan, one of the fire victims, reflected on the night his family lost their home.
By the time I come back, everything was gone. We could not manage to save anything on the scene. Everything was right down. So since the place burned down, trying to make much of the little, which we really glad to get some assistance, can push it.
The family desperately desired to have their home rebuilt. Duncan, who is a construction worker, is hopeful that a house can be rebuilt despite a lack of funds.
I could get assistance with materials and stuff and so on. I can manage to get the structure go back.
Memories of the cherished moments were strewn about the property, charred by flames that burned the compound where the home once stood. Still grateful that no lives were lost, the Duncan family have to now adjust to their tiny home with little comfort. If you would like to assist the Duncan family in rebuilding their home, you can contact the family on 699-1611. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. This morning, 46-year-old attorney-at-law Ryan Crawford appeared at the Vigilance Magistrates Court to face 5 charges. He was charged with prohibition of tinted glass, failure to produce driver's license, driving an unfit motor vehicle, use of obscene language, and riotous behavior. Crawford pleaded not guilty to all of them. The charges stemmed from his altercation with police officer on September 13, 2018. Crawford was represented by a team of 11 top-ranking attorneys. He was released on his own recognizance, and the matter was adjourned to October 10th at the Mycones Magistrates Court. When we come back from the break, Jagdeo complains of sloth of the legal system, and Linden businesses donate to the area schools. But first, here is today's foreign currency exchange rates.
For the latest in news from Guyana, the region, and beyond, visit our website, headlinenewsguyana.com.
Fresh ingredients and Creole foods at the Cottage Restaurant and Cafe. Finger-licking boil and fry, meats cooked to perfection. No MSG added. We cater for vegetarians too. breakfast and lunch available fresh Mondays through Fridays. We open 7 a.m. Get coffee, Milo, or our famous power porridge, filled with a blend of indigenous barks, natural fruit juices. Catering services and delivery available. Call 231-4343. Located at 16 Access Road, Kingston, the Cottage Restaurant and Cafe, bringing back the good old days.
93.1 Real FM. It's your favorite station for the best music from then to now.
Cause girls like you run around with guys like me to size. Waste a day and spend the night. Me, are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside us. Simple things, them are your blessings, a blessing. Simple things are your.
Every day, all day for real music, real people, and real vibes. 93.1 Real FM.
Real FM.
The people's choice.
This is what shopping used to be. More plastic bags than I could carry or I could use. They always end up in the bin or as unsightly litter. Then it hit me. Get just one reusable bag. Now, whenever I shop, I don't use plastic bags. I always have my reusable bag. It makes shopping a lot easier, and it's better for the environment.
Use one less disposable plastic bag. Make the switch to a reusable bag today. For more information, please call us on 226-2189 or 227-8429 or visit our website moc.gov.gy. A message from the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank.
Clearance is hosting a birthday sale you cannot miss.
Welcome back. As the minister responsible for local government election, the opposition accused Minister of Communities Ronald Bulkan of using his power to gerrymander the nation. While he feels the accusations are baseless, opposition leader Barry Jagdeo thinks differently. Here is Wendell Jeffrey with more.
2 days ago,
the PPP has accused the Minister of Communities Ronald Bulkan of gerrymandering or shifting the electoral boundaries to benefit the government. PPP took the government to court over this issue. At the APNU local government election launch last Friday, Bulkan had said that the lawsuit was a delayed tactic.
The court action that has been filed by Shadiq on behalf of the PPPC that are seeking, that we believe is designed to delay or deny citizens in a few selected areas from enjoying their democratic right.
At his press conference yesterday, the PPP General Secretary Barry Jagdeo said that he has not yet heard from the court on the matter. He even complained about the legal process here in Guyana. However, the former president did not say at which point the courts began acting with seeming disregard for electoral matters, given the fact that the PNC and the APNU have also complained about the same thing when they were in the opposition.
I haven't had an update, but you know how things are. In other parts of the world, the judiciary seems to have a sense of urgency. They treat election matters with a sense of urgency. Here in Guyana, I can't speak the same. It just seems to be the totally different world that exists over there somewhere.
Jagdeo said that unlike the APNU and the AFC, the PPP will likely be contesting all of the 80 constituencies.
We're trying, there's one that we have a difficulty in, but we're trying to see if by tonight we can't do that. But at least 7 to 9.
For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. And now we turn our attention to Linden. A young man was crushed to death by a falling log at a sawmill in Wismar. Police reports indicated that around 8:30 on Thursday morning, Brathwaite was servicing a truck at RI Forest Products Sawmill and Lumber Yard while it was being unloaded. One log subsequently slid off of the truck and pinned him to the ground. Employees freed the man and took him to the Linden Hospital complex where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Also, if water is life, then two Linden-based businesses have decided to donate life to the students of Region 10. Just in time for this new school year, Bernard's Variety Store has just donated 10 water dispensers to primary and secondary schools in Linden. Guided by their motto, "Giving brings a sense of relief," the Mackenzie Linden-based business is in the habit of giving back to their community. Proprietor of Bernard's Variety Store, Simone Hodge, tells us what inspired the donation.
It was during the teachers' strike. They sent and asked for a donation of some cases of water, and Bernard donated the water. And he came up with the initiative afterwards, and he told me that he's going to donate some water dispensers to 10 different schools. And so I decided that, yes, that's a good initiative. You can go ahead and do it.
They chose the following 5 primary schools and 5 secondary schools in Linden: One Mile Primary, Wismar Hill Primary, Amelia's Ward Primary, Royal Halls of Learning, Watukude School, Mackenzie High School, Linden Foundation Secondary School, Wisberg Secondary School, New Silver City, and Multilateral Secondary School. With schools just reopened, the donation is considered a very timely and much appreciated gesture. Opposition leader Barrett Jagdeo says that he will review all oil contracts signed by APNU government. Here's Wendell Jeffrey with more.
That's more than just talking. I'm telling you what we intend to do.
Former President Barrett Jagdeo is signaling that the PPP will review the contracts that the David Granger administration is signing. He made this very clear at his weekly press conference held yesterday at the office of the opposition on Church Street.
We said something even further, that we may not recognize all of these contracts that were signed unless they're transparently done, and we may very well review those. I made that clear.
Jagdeo said that after Guyana found out that we did indeed have oil, the contracts should have been better negotiated.
The government itself said, when they came under pressure from the public, they said that the contract that ExxonMobil got was because of that it's a frontier company, it's new, it's at the advanced stage of development. We could have gotten a better deal, but we already established that. And they said no other company will get the same concessions.
Jagdeo says that it looks like the government is going to give all the other oil companies the same deal as Exxon, even though the opposition had asked that those contracts be put on hold.
When Jordan came with the motion to give, the order to give another oil company similar concessions, we asked for it to be put on hold until that policy is worked out in the government and made public, which says, here are the future or this is the future framework of contracts to be negotiating. This is what Exxon got that the new companies are not going to get. The government refused to do that.
Jagdeo is contending that these oil contracts are steeped in secrecy and even corruption, and as such, the PPP is reserving the right, should they win back the government, to review all the oil contracts.
That because of the lack of transparency, we reserve the right to revisit all of those, because you can't claim frontier status anymore. So that is much more than just criticizing. I'm telling you policy positions.
For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Don't go away. Coming up after the break, Trini students arrested for attempting to steal plane. And China tells the US to withdraw sanctions or bear the consequences. But first, here is this week's bridge retraction schedule, sponsored by Forbes Vulcanizing Shop, located at 248 Duncan Street, Newtown, Georgetown.
Fresh ingredients and Creole foods at the Cottage Restaurant and Cafe. Finger-licking boil and fry, meats cooked to perfection. No MSG added. We cater for vegetarians too. Breakfast and lunch available fresh Mondays through Fridays. We open 7 a.m. Get coffee, Milo, or our famous power porridge, filled with a blend of indigenous barks, natural fruit juices. Catering services and delivery available. Call 231-4343. Located at 16 Access Road, Kingston. The Cottage Restaurant and Cafe. Bringing back the good old days.
93.1 Real FM. It's your favorite station for the best music from then to now.
Cause girls like you run around with guys like me to sides. Wasted days, spend the night. Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside us. Simple things, them are your blessings, a blessing. Simple things are your...
Every day, all day for real music, real people, and real vibes. Come on! 93.1 Real FM.
Real FM.
The people's choice.
Clearance is hosting a birthday sale you cannot miss.
On Friday, September 28th, get half off ladies' dresses, tops, jeans, accessories, shoes, and handbags. And for the guys, jeans, jerseys, shirts, Nike sneakers, Kenneth Cole shoes, ties, and a whole lot more.
Take advantage of Clearance half off birthday sale.
For one day only, Friday, September 28th. Clearance, always keeping you in style.
Wouldn't it be nice if we didn't have so much waste to dispose of in the landfill? Well, composting can help us reduce the waste we dispose of by turning our organic waste into compost, which can be used to improve the quality of our soil.
Composting is very simple and convenient. You can compost using organic waste such as vegetable skins,
or fallen leaves and cut grass and put this in a composting bin or pile. Compost can help your garden grow healthy plants
while reducing your volume of waste. It's a really good way to keep our communities clean and healthy.
So, let's all start composting our waste.
Find out how easy it is. Call us on 226-2189 or 227-8429 or visit our website moc.gov.gy. A message from the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Welcome back. Now here are the regional and international headlines of the day.
The American Airlines Airbus 321 was in a hangar, 2 maintenance workers installing improved Wi-Fi, when without warning, 22-year-old Nishal Sankat allegedly burst into the cockpit. One technician says he confronted Sankat, and when he didn't have the proper ID, he ordered him off the plane. But then they say the suspect, who was not armed, took off running. The technicians jumped into a golf cart, cutting Sankat off. Within 2 minutes, police arrived, arresting him.
There is no evidence to indicate a connection to terrorism.
He is actually being charged with trespass on airport property, burglary, and attempted theft of an aircraft.
Police say Sankat, here on a visa, originally from Trinidad and Tobago, jumped an unmanned gate to get to the plane. Unlike the breach in Seattle in August, where an airline ground employee got into a cockpit and took a plane for a joyride before crashing it, in this case, FAA records show Sankat has a commercial pilot's license. But if Sankat planned to take off, it would have never gone anywhere. At the time, the plane was in the hangar, the nose facing the wall, and the Airbus 321 has no reverse. Kerry Sanders, NBC News, Miami.
The U.S. has hit the Chinese military with sanctions over its purchase of missile systems and fighter jets from Russia. The State Department said the move was authorized by the Countering America's Adversaries Through Sanctions Act, which Congress passed last year to more easily penalize Washington's geopolitical foes, and more precisely Russia.
These Department of State sanctions actions are the result of the United States implementation of CAATSA. We will continue to vigorously implement CAATSA and urge all countries to curtail relationships with Russia's defense and intelligence sectors, both of which are linked to malign activities worldwide.
As a result of the sanctions, the branch of the Chinese military that bought Russian equipment will be barred from doing business with anyone with U.S. bank accounts. Beijing slammed the move.
We strongly urge the United States to correct its mistake immediately and to lift up the so-called sanctions, otherwise the United States will bear the consequences as a result.
Russia's deputy foreign minister also issued a scathing statement. Washington has blacklisted a growing number of Russian actors amid accusations the country meddled in the U.S.'s 2016 election.
It would be good for them to remember the concept of global stability, which they're thoughtlessly undermining by escalating tensions between the U.S. and Russia. Playing with fire is stupid. It can become dangerous.
Moscow has been under sanctions from the U.S. and its Western allies since 2014. It has denied accusations of interference in U.S. elections.
Here's your 3-day weather forecast. And wrapping up the newscast, Esther Sobers tells us about a common occurrence if you grew up in the country.
Potential resident Andrew Austin can now add to the title Snake Slayer to his name. Last Saturday, as we accompanied Childing during their door-to-door awareness campaign, Austin's neighbor discovered a snake in her home. After hearing her cries for help, Austin armed himself with a cutlass and sprang into action.
You see it?
Keep going. Within 2 minutes, the ordeal was over and Austin disposed of his lifeless body in a nearby trench. To our curiosity, we wanted to know more about this species of snake. and we learned from Austin that it was a horsewhip.
No, I'm not afraid of anything.
Okay.
Man, I can conquer anything.
So you fought many snakes before in the past?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Can you tell us our past experience of catching a snake might have been bigger than that, and tell us what kind of snake was it?
One time I catch a snake 20 feet.
Wow.
There's an anaconda.
Okay.
Alright.
In total, like, how many snakes have you caught?
Pardon?
How many snakes in total?
More than 20 snakes.
The Oxybel's aehinus, or the horsewhip snake, is a mildly venomous rare-fanged snake. Its body extremely slender and can grow up to 1.9 meters in length. While it is venomous, it is not deadly. At most, a bite from it can cause an itching sensation. But venomous or not, Austin has no fear. While this one is a small snake, as of late, there has been an increase in videos and pictures of snakes being found in people's homes and properties. While it is a common occurrence for persons in rural areas, it is expected to increase in urban and residential areas. New lands are cleared for development. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Friday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, headlinenewsguyana.com. You can also tune in Sunday morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast and Monday evening at 7 for more news. For now, I am Baby Backus signing out from your newscasting. Thank you for staying tuned and do have a blessed weekend.